Hello there fellow NPCs, I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into Seeds of Chaos. We have just begun week 16. Damn, the progress of this game is slow. But yeah, week 16, and we have just met up. We have just done the actual exploring of the map part. So almost done with that, and I have gained XP. So now I should have leveled up, but we just need week 16 to be over. And now my mustache is itchy. And now we're having a little conversation here with Jezera. Something about making deals and skills. I don't remember the name of the event. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's go, I guess. It's almost midnight, so I'm kind of tired. Let's go. Rowan's day off from the field came to a screeching halt at the interruption of the one woman who had the least compunction of anyone against disturbing you. There you are, my hero. I need to ask you a favor of you. I'm going to be meeting with a woman of some status shortly, and I'd like to present you as my sex toy to demonstrate my power. Oh. But it would be simply criminal of me to go without an accessory, a prestigious prize to demonstrate my power. You. But you said you wanted to bring me as your sex toy. Okay. Rowan wiped the sleep from his eyes, as if doing so might make her vanish from the air like a mirage. Jezera, it isn't like you to ask first. Is there a catch? Only if you mind wearing a collar and filling your mouth with while two lovely ladies discuss politics. It doesn't sound so awful now, does it? Oh, and I might lend you out to her too. You know how that sort of thing goes by now? She giggled to herself. I called it a favor because we're going to need a bit of acting on your part. Your value as a trophy is somewhat diminished if I can't sell you as an obedient trophy. So, much as it pains me to require assent, I will need your cooperation. I am actually... I see, we can't deny her following. She has already kind of threatened me, and I'm not getting out of it. Rowan threw his hands up in defeat. Fine. Most excellent. You must be on your best behavior. I have worked long and hard to bring this moment to fruition. This is, perhaps, my finest masterstroke yet. One more impactful even than you. Her hand reached down and gave Rowan a playful slap on the ass. He jumped defensively, resisting the urge to draw his sword. Come, let's get you dressed up properly, and then we'll be on our way. Okay. In addition to a collar, the demon has also had the hero change out of his clothes into something quite similar to the prisoner's garb he'd been forced to wear a few months prior. Ensemble clashed severely with the elaborate sapphire necklace, but Jezera made no move to remove it. After that, the two left through the portal to a forested area nearby mountains that Rowan wasn't familiar with. He recognized the scenery at once, from the war. This was the forest of Eloan, home of the elves. Okay. I recognize these CGs because they've been used before, but they're... Oh wait, do elves usually reside in caves? Is that why we found that other elf in a cave? Jezera led him to a nearby rock formation and opened up a hidden path down into a cave. She obviously knew where she was going, as she picked her way through a very specific path from tunnel to tunnel, ever downwards. Occasionally she'd use magical ribbons of energy to carry herself and Rowan down sheer cliffs or over difficult terrain. That particular spell seemed to be Jezera's magic of choice, as she was very good at manipulating the energies, and she always used it when she could. Eventually, they reached caverns that had been worked by intelligent hands. Here was where the show would begin. So a leash was taken up and a hood placed over the hero's head. Rowan would have to trust his mistress to lead him through the caves. Even without his eyes covered, the man would have had a hard time making his way through here, as the demoness no longer bothered to use the lights, and there was no other source that man could make out. Voices whispered about them, and the soft pattering of feet other than their own was audible, but Rowan had no idea who they belonged to. Eventually, they arrived at an underground building of some kind. The unseen guides led them inside while Jezera conversed with another woman in a language that Rowan didn't understand, likely Dark Elvish. The purpose of the meeting was growing clearer to him by the moment. Inside, Rowan finally could see something again. Glinting lights would occasionally wink at him through the lines in the fabric covering his eyes. They were taken to a chamber deep inside the structure before someone spoke again. "Well now, Jezera, let's see the great hero my attendant tells me you brought." She spoke in a common tongue, either because it was Rowan or Jezera's native language. Regardless of the reason, it meant that the man could understand it. "Of course." Now Jezera dragged Rowan forward and pushed him to his knees before pulling the hood off of his head. "May I present the great hero Cursed and one of Daenerys' band to defeat Caranas, Rowan Blackwell." "Oh, very pretty." Thanks to the light given off by some nearby crystals, Rowan could clearly see the regal and dark elf woman that he had been presented to. She was a lithe woman, dressed in expensive silk gown that clung tightly to her body and accentuated her womanly features. Womanly. We're inside what appears to be a private sitting room, with the dark elf seated in a chair at a small two-person table against the wall. She stood up, revealing herself to be nearly a head taller than Rowan, and took a step forward to get a closer look at the man. A wicked smile graced her lips, and the hero felt a flash of recognition that mirrored the expression on the woman's face. He knew this woman, but why? "It is him! Well now, Jezera, it seems I owe you an apology. Let's see how well he licks." "I'd be happy to." The two women sat down together at the table, and Jezera pulled on Rowan's leash until he crawled up to her legs. While he wrapped his arms around her and lifted the fabric of her dress out of the way, he continued to wonder where he'd seen this dark elf before. "Yeah, we are. I guess we're skipping this. I will be seeing you guys real soon." "I guess it's okay to come back now. He was just servicing both of them. Quick, efficient, in a sense. But if you want to see that, you have to go over to SpicyGaming.net. I do know that they are working on a new website, so we'll see exactly when this video will be uploaded there. But for now, let's continue. They discussed an alliance between the woman of Bloodmean Castle, the woman and Bloodmean Castle, which Jezera seemed to claim to be the sole ruler of. Made sense. Dark Elf Society was a matriarchy and wasn't exactly known for respecting men at all. The talk went on, covering various subjects. However, a point of contention often was exactly what kind of relationship this would be. Jezera clearly wanted to be in charge, while the Dark Elf wanted something more equal. Jezera repeatedly offered different regions and fiefdoms, but the elven woman would respond that she should get more, or all the land she conquered. This did not sit well with the demon. In fact, the longer the conversation went on, the more visibly irritated she became. Oh no. The conversation then moved on to the personal matters. Rowan found himself distracted for a moment in old memories, trying to conjure up why the elf seemed so familiar. Had he seen her in the war? The reminiscence was cut off when Jezera abruptly lost her composure. "Being a vassal of the new rising of Bloodmean and a lord of one of our provinces should be an honor for you. I've already given you generous gifts and proven I can capture a hero right under the church's nose. Why won't you serve me?" The dark elf woman laughed and shook her head at the sudden outburst. You don't really know anything about diplomacy, do you, child? If I recall, you started this whole negotiation claiming we were equals. Now you want both my help and my submission. That's not how this works. Still smiling, she leaned forward in her chair. I have eyes in many places. I know who I'm dealing with. I have the armies, and you desperately need them. If this alliance is to happen, you need to offer me something far better, and try to compose yourself. Jezera did not reply, but straightened in her chair and folded her trembling hands in front of her. Better. Now listen to me, child. I will join you, but as an equal, not a subject. The price for helping you take the world will be half of it. Fair, is it not? We both get something we want. That's diplomacy. You are not an equal of a demon, worm. Now you have it twisted. You should feel honored that even consider recognizing a little girl with some delusions of grandeur as someone worth coming to an arrangement with. Know your place. Okay, they're both seeing themselves as better than the other. Oh, if only they could kill each other, you know. The demoness suddenly stood up and tossed the leader of Rowan's leash aside. Ribbons of magic blazed to life around her. They lashed at the ground and threw the crystal furniture against the walls of the room. Sit down. You're not impressing anyone but... Oh. That is cool. One of Jezera's cords of magic snapped around the dark elf woman's neck, cutting off her words and causing her to struggle for breath. Oh shit. Genuine fear was playing on the elven woman's face for the first time. She tried to signal something as her body was lifted up into the air by her neck. Oh, she is clutching. Did she do that? First up. Grab. No, wrong. Up. Clutch. She's gonna crush her. Oh yeah, you can even see it. The lightning is tightening around her skin. Well, shit. The dark elf struggled at the demonic magic binding her while Jezera continued to watch her coolly. I guess this was not supposed to be Jezera's voice. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, exactly. As moments passed, more and more tethers lashed on until the combined force tore all the way through, beheading the dark elf. This sudden reaction from Jezera had caught Rowan completely off guard, and they didn't even have time to think about how he should respond in the scant few seconds between when his mistress launched her attack and when the body fell to the floor. What is that? It's foggy for me as well. I can't see what it is. Unarmed, Rowan could do nothing but watching the scant few seconds that passed from when Jezera... that was said. So, he tried to think of something he could say or do, but none of it would have mattered. He could only watch on in shock. It was only when the woman's head fell past that Rowan finally regained his wits. Instinctively, he did a quick scan of the area for potential threats before he caught Jezera's eye looking at him. Oi! Those eyes held murder. We're leaving. She didn't bother waiting for a response before teleporting the two of them back to the castle. Just like that. Ah! Instantly after they arrived, Jezera let loose an uncharacteristic shriek. Then took a deep breath, clenching and unclenching her fist, and finally lowered her arm. Ah! I'm going to have a bath. You're dismissed, Rowan. She started to walk away, then turned back and offered a smile to the man who was still sitting on the ground. At least I can count on you, my hero. This whole episode worried Rowan greatly, as if it was the first time he had learned something of Jezera's activities away from the castle. this was how she conducted all her negotiations. There could be dire consequences. Plus, he still wasn't sure who the woman had been. It was clear that she had been someone of great power within the Dark Elf hierarchy. A general, perhaps. He didn't know, and it wasn't worth the risk of asking Jezera right now. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. She was a big deal, we could see that, essentially, saying that, hey, I have the armies to take over the world with you. She's a big deal. And you just snapped her neck, well, cut off her neck, and disappeared, leaving that entire society without a leader, just like that. Insane. I'm not sure that's a good power move. Here we go, level up. Oh, god damn, that's a lot of treasury. How did we get that? I went from barely 200 to 450. Damn. And damn, I gained a lot of money. So yeah, 6 weeks remaining. No wounds confirm. Roman remains pure-hearted and virtuous. I am! For now. Only time will tell if he can remain steadfast. How did that happen? Is it because I slept in the abbey without corrupting the priestess? The abbess? Is that why? Week 17. Now. Okay. Oh. Lots of new stuff going on here. Right. I need to finish the report and then we can level up. Cleona didn't seem to be in a talkative mood today, so Roman didn't bother making small talk when it came to pick up the reports on her latest research project. He found it sitting on a table next to her, a list of new research topics, sitting nearby the Witcher who was currently engrossed in some magic experiment. Once he finished reading, he took a look at the list of topics. Landscape. The primary terrain is arable land with smaller patches of wooded land, swamp and hills. The main exception is the large forest and black old woods in the east of the realm. God damn, that is boring shit. Let's see what new stuff happened. Did we get in the here? Arthdale magic punishment. Oh yeah, right. Dancer whips. That's Jezera's spell. Punishment is Andras, I guess. Greater deities. Yeah. Glossary. Let's see here. Yeah, see. I can't. Is corruption here? Yeah, corruption. Corruption is a statistic that represents how corrupted by chaos the player and other characters have become. As it increases, their empathy and tendency towards goodness decreases, while their impulsiveness and attraction towards darkness increases. Corruption can change the options that the players can choose during events, and may also be a requirement for certain events to occur. Yeah, and it's an invisible stat, so I don't know. Now it's at 0. Corruption may increase by the following: crossing, entering, or spending time in an area that has become corrupted by chaos. Committing dishonorable or despicable deeds for personal gain / lacking moral justification, like taking a bribe. Taking possession of a cursed or tainted item. Engaging in sexual congress with an agent of / creature tainted by chaos. So are we always... Okay, so that is a bit of a problematic thing, considering that we are in a relationship with Greyhide. Is he tainted by chaos? I don't know. But Exarotl for sure is. And I didn't get it. Ah, yeah. There we go. Now we have completed all those. I will take a short, quick read through these, so I'll see you guys real soon. Yeah, so I believe I want to do this one because it does allow us to upgrade the library and the forge. Two things I very much value, because one is with Greyhide and the other is because I love research. So we're gonna start that one. Hardly an esoteric topic, but not all research must be groundbreaking. And all take just as much time, so it didn't really matter. And none of them were giving me money or something, made some things cheaper, that's it. A waste of my skills, but a small price to pay for blood mean resources. Exactly. Back. After noting down his choice on an unused scrap of paper, the twins' agent took his leave from the library. Now, inventory and status. As I said, I want to up with a perception, I want to up diplomacy, but damn it. Can I check glossary? What exactly is brawl? Primary statistics? No. Skills. Woi, that's a lot of stuff. Skill represents specialist abilities of own processes that can be increased when the player levels up. They are used primarily for checks along with any other modifiers to determine whether or not the related action succeeds. Rowan has the following skills. Okay, doesn't exactly say. I guess checks perhaps? No. Oh! Not all events have two outcomes for checks. Sometimes you can get a lesser success or failure by meeting a lower threshold. These might be Rowan falling down but not being hurt as much by the fall or convincing someone he isn't an enemy, but failing to convince them that he isn't suspicious. Like it. Very RPG. But yeah, as I said, I want to up my perception. I'm gonna do... I'm fine not being able to fight just as much, actually. I'm fine with that. Wait. Oh, I already have one diplomacy, I see. Confirm. Now I just want more swords, better equipment. And nothing there. Is it Nassim? Do you have anything that I need to know? Nope. Nothing here. Now we can have you work on that. Yes. Why can't I have it worked on? Son of a bitch. It said upgrade here. I was not checking over here. God damn it, I hate myself. Let's build a... What do they give? This is annoying. Fucking fine. Oh yeah, no, I can only do one per week, I guess. Now you do have something, don't you? No, you don't. Okay. And you have that one. You have nothing. My wife has nothing. Yeah, and we still got stored iron. We have 3 prisoners. From where? Don't know what this means either. Last time treasure, make gladiator plus morale. That would be necessary, kind of. Test subjects. Yes. God damn it. There we go. Nothing on you. Nothing here. And what is And we lost one soldier. Okay. Now, let's see how your research has gone. It's still at 0. I guess. Can we have you change? No, we cannot. Because this is the... Is this the one? Arena level 2? No. Castle Hall level 2. That's the one I should have taken. Damn it. Okay, no, not necessarily, because the one I do have is not bad. Now, we can find her, hopefully. Rumors of orc sightings. Awesome. Nothing here. Also, many human settlements and rumors speak of orc sighting. All vineyards have been ransacked. All abbeys have been subverted. Ooh, thought about that. All mines have resumed work. All orc tribes have pledged themselves to Castle Bloodmead. Boast perfect soil for vine cultivations. Lancey and priests reside in the area. Nearby wilderness area are perfect hiding spots for driders. Ooh. And nearby wilderness are perfect hiding spots for driders. Okay, okay. All mines have resumed. Boast perfect soil for vine cultivation. All abbeys have been subverted. Rumors will speak of orc sightings. No, that was a different thing. A different orc tribe. It's over here that my orc tribe is doing something. My orc tribe. The one I'm interested in. Camp menu. Explore the camp. Visit the orc chieftains, actually. Ulcro. Repeat meetings with Ulcro.
The lady is angry as always. You take her more gifts than we talk.
You take her more gifts. Okay. Very well. Explore the camp. Find noblemen's prison. During Roman's exploration of the orcish camp, he kept an eye out for where the captured noblewoman might be held captive. Hell yeah, there we go. There was an odd concentration of soldiers in a secluded part of Ulcro's side of the camp. It was almost opposite where Tarish was holed up, at the other end of the gorge. So I got a 10, and I have 3 in perception. If we are thinking that we are rolling d6s, then that would make sense. Sensing that this might be what he was looking for, Rowan set about covertly observing the patrols and movements about this part of the camp. Fortunately for him, while these orcs were all disciplined, they were not the sharpest observers. It didn't take that long to slip out of their sight and patiently watch from the shadows. After a few hours, he changed his hiding hole and watched again. Then again around an hour after that. The hero figured he was close when he found a large tent that was under continuous watch from 3 different guard posts. His suspicion was confirmed when he noticed that the tent was actually a building disguised as a tent. Orcs would never go through the trouble of doing something as elaborate as this, unless it was as special as the noblewoman's evidently was to Ulcro. Now Rowan could try to sneak in to see her for himself. Ew, sneak in, huh? I'm still bad at that. Wait, what? Visit Tarish, visit Batri, visit Chief Ulcro. Okay. The wood carver. But what? I don't understand. Why didn't we get to see anything? Orcs were never known for their discipline, a fact Rowan exploded several times during the war. While most war chiefs usually understood the importance of maintaining a secure perimeter around the camp, forcing regular grunts to keep watch and stick to the established patrol routes was never an easy task. His future allies were no different. With every step, he kept finding more and more gaps in the defenses. With their leadership divided, sneaking inside to poison their food supplies or to set fire to their tents would have been child's play. You could only hope things would improve once the chain of command is restored. As Rowan was walking along the edge of the camp, something caught his attention. A lone orc sat on a fallen tree, away from his compatriots. Judging from the amount of scars on his back, he must have been one of the orcs that once served as Inkarna's invasion force. Maybe even from the very start of this conquest. Orc veterans were a rare find, so it might be worth to exchange a few words with him. We're not gonna lose anything, I hope. Driven by curiosity, Rowan approached the old warrior. Quickly he noticed his initial assumption that the orc was keeping watch of the distant woods was incorrect. The orc wasn't looking into the distance. Instead, he had his eyes focused on something in his hands. It was an almost finished wooden figurine. With swift movements of a hunting knife in his right hand, the orc worked it relentlessly, not paying much attention to Rowan. Ooh, we nailed that one too. Nice. Neither did he pay any attention to the two orc kids, hiding in the tall grass nearby. The younglings observed the unexpected craftsman with visible excitement, whispering between themselves. Knowing better than to interrupt someone so engrossed in his work, Rowan stopped nearby and continued to observe without a word. The figurine was that of a feral wolf, shown prowling. Baring its teeth, the beast growled at some unseen opponent. Rowan couldn't see all the minor details from where it was standing, but he quickly noticed that even though the carving was rather crude, it was no doubt exceptional work. There was a primal charm to it. The wolf looked almost lifelike. Maybe it was something the orc had to fight at some point in his life. Rowan couldn't tell. Meanwhile, the orc continued to carve the hard wood, finishing the last of the wolf's paw. The knife, far too big for such delicate work, was nevertheless wielded with great finesse, cutting into the wood precisely as its owner desired. The orc not only had plenty of experience, but, as Rowan imagined, had to have no small amount of talent in order to produce such a realistic replica. It was almost bizarre, for an orc who usually was seen as little more than simple brutes to be capable of creating something so enchanting. As the orc's work was almost at its end, Rowan decided to stick around and see what the amateur craftsman intended to do with it. 15 minutes later, the figurine was finished. The orc put his knife down and turned the wooden wolf into his fingers several times. In his fingers. Rowan couldn't quite read his expression. Was he happy with the result? He continued to wear the same face as when he was working, that of bored indifference. Without as much as a word, the orc tossed the figurine over his shoulder. In an instant, the two orc kids jumped forward, trying to get their hands on the wooden wolf. Kicking and screaming, they started fighting over it, neither willing to part with what was apparently seen as a valuable trophy. Meanwhile, the orc took another piece of wood and started his work anew, not bothering to acknowledge neither the fight nor his silent audience. Seeing as they wouldn't get anywhere without him speaking up, Rowan decided to finally address the orc. Were you not satisfied with the result? The knife stopped midway, and his owner looked up. For what it was worth, he didn't seem too annoyed at being interrupted. Furrowing his eyebrows, he answered in low monotone.
It is worthless.
And added nothing more. Rowan looked over his shoulder and the fighting kids. The kids might disagree.
Kid's dumb. It's worthless.
A long silence followed. Despite the harsh words towards his own creation, the orc didn't seem to be displeased at it. Then why make it? The orc shrugged.
Good for boredom, but it's worthless.
In Rowan's eyes, the wooden toy was far from worthless. While not the most intricate work of art, it was nevertheless a pretty trinket. It would probably sell for a nice penny at a human bazaar. He told him just that. Again, the orc shrugged in response.
Pink's dumb. It's worthless. all wood animals worthless.
Another long silence followed, broken only by the sounds of the two kids still fighting. Rowan heard a victorious shriek, and noticed one of them finally triumphed over the other. Holding the figurine high to the sky, he now ran back to the camp, laughing with glee. His companion limped behind him, muttering curses. The woodcarver didn't look in their direction, but Rowan noticed his expression grew distant. As his thumb caressed the wood piece he still held on to almost affectionately. The moment passed in a blink of an eye, and the orc now wore the same bored scowl as he did earlier. Did the orcs even understand the concept of art? For them, the wooden animal might have been truly worthless. It only served as something for the kids to fight over. But if the orc wanted to create something valuable, then he could have made a carving of an orcish warrior. Rowan knew some orcs thought they brought good luck, and would be willing to pay for them. Yet he chose to make wooden animals. Why? Was it for the kids? Or did he simply enjoy making something that looked nice, despite it not having actual value? Rowan couldn't tell, and his strange companion was unlikely to shine further light on the matter, having already resumed carving the next figurine. Maybe the orc himself didn't quite understand why he kept making the figurines. All the orcs were raised to be warriors, to enjoy something that didn't involve violence. Must have felt wrong to the orc. But it didn't stop him from doing it. Rowan couldn't help but smile a little. I see. I apologize for taking your time. The orc nodded slightly, his knife cutting into the wood. He added nothing else, and Rowan knew better than to keep pestering the orc. He bid the woodcarver farewell, and resumed his earlier task of checking the defense perimeter, his spirits a bit higher from the odd encounter. Oh! We can't do more right now. Okay. So how the hell do I bring treasures to her? End of week 17. And that will be the end of today's episode. I'm still confused as to how we bring treasures to the noblewoman. I don't know how to do that. Either way, in the next week, and also next week, we will be raiding Reeves Keep. Finally, it's about damn time. We only have 5 weeks left to do so. But yeah, it's time to do it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you Josef for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. If you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one, and remember, just because you're not the main character, it does not mean you're not important. Goodbye everyone.